From CJ. Hello, Supreme Leader Klavan. I am a writer and I struggle with professional jealousy. This is a great question. How do you handle it? I'm very competitive and I know it does nothing for my work. Thanks very much. This may be the only question I get to answer because this is an important question. To get to this in a kind of roundabout way, one of the questions I get asked all the time is how do you get into Hollywood? How does one break into Hollywood? And I always tell them I don't know because I never wanted to work in Hollywood. I was dragged into it. A producer said to me, I want you to write a script and I will pay you to write any script. And I said, no, I don't want to be in Hollywood. I don't want to work in the movies. I mean, when people hear that, you can see the blood drain out of their face because there are people out here who would rip off their arms. I mean, I'm not even joking. They'd sleep with Harvey Weinstein to get the opportunities to have somebody pay them for a script. I didn't want to do it, but she kind of maneuvered me into a position where I had to do it. She said, is there anything you would do? And I gave her the name of a project, Shock to the System, a wonderful novel by Simon Brett, and she went out and optioned it. And 2 months later, she called me back and said, all right, I optioned it. And I thought, oh no, she spent money, now I got to do it. And they made it into what I think is a very good Michael Caine film. And then I became popular and people started hiring me to be in Hollywood. My point is, I don't know how to get into Hollywood because I was dragged into it. And I have to say, when it comes to professional jealousy, this plagued me, and envy. This plagued me when I was a young man. It made my life really, really unhappy. And it went away. And I don't know why. And so I can tell you what it's like to have it be gone, and I can tell you why I feel it's gone, but I'm not sure I can tell you how to make it be gone. That's my long-winded way of getting to this. Envy, as Ernest Hemingway said, envy ruins everything. And I think in some ways, when I went through this very dark period, I've written about it in The Great Good Thing, and I went to a shrink and he solved a lot of my problems. It was really miraculous, but there were all these ancillary things that got solved. Like, for instance, I was afraid of flying. Now I have a pilot's license. I was afraid of public speaking. Now here I am, I'm a public speaker. And those things just got cleared up on the side. And somehow, when I developed a relationship with God, my envy went away, okay? And it used to really bug me if a friend of mine had a big success. Now I genuinely, I seriously feel genuine joy for my friends when they succeed, even if they succeed at something that I wanted to succeed in. I mean, obviously I don't like it when I lose a particular job that I wanted, if somebody takes that job. But, I love it when my friends do well, especially if they do well with good material. And that has brought so much more joy into my life. And here's the way I look at it. And here's what I can tell you, CJ. You're absolutely right. You want to be competitive in the sense of being excellent. And nobody is more competitive than I am when I want to be excellent. If I'm envious of anything, it's when somebody does something that is just absolutely spectacular, But only because I think, gee, I wish I had done that, but not because I want to take it away from them. You want to be competitive so you can be honed and ready to go. But the fact is, the top shelf, the shelf where all the good stuff lives, is infinite. Okay, there's no space there that's being taken away from you by somebody else doing well. And you probably know that already, and it probably doesn't help. And the only thing I can say to you is just somehow you have to, it's like your heart's a fist. It's like it's holding on, because if you're happy for your friends, if you're happy for other people's success, you think that somehow God is going to say to you, well, if you're happy for that, then I'm not giving you anything. You just have to open your heart like opening a hand and let it go. And I swear this was a gift. It is a gift. I was just thinking, it's funny, before I saw this email question, I was just thinking about it, because I'll have him on. I had a friend over the house who's just finished making a movie. Andrew Hyatt, he's made a movie about St. Paul for Sony. And I was so happy for him and so proud of him. And I had him over and was plying him with liquor, and we were celebrating all that stuff. And when he walked out, I turned to my wife and I said, when I was a young man, I never felt that way. I never had that joy in other people's success. And now it really does. It really does make your life so much better. So I guess what I'll say is this. Do it as a practice. Start it as a practice. I don't know if you believe in God. I don't know if you have God to go to about this, because if you bring it to God, I'm sure he'll help you with it. It's one of those things that God is really good at. He's a lot of skills, God. It's funny. But do it as a practice. Just let it go. Don't pretend to be happy. Just let the bitterness go. Because a lot of times, I mean, I always found when I was envious of people that I didn't want them, anything bad to happen to them. There's a famous line, I think it's Somerset Maugham, he said, it's not enough for you to succeed, your best friend has to fail. And I never actually felt like that. I never felt like I wanted my friends to fail. I just wanted to have as much or more than they did, And that just went away. And all I can say to you is open up your heart and just try and let it go. Just release it. And if you can talk to God about it, because Hemingway was right. It ruins everything. And you actually get more joy. I think part of it too, for me, the part about God is that I feel that we're all people who are trying to do good things, we're trying to make beautiful things, we're trying to make excellent things, that we're all kind of working for the same boss and we're all sort of delivering, so if somebody increases the number of beautiful things in the world, increases the number of good things in the world, it's a win for me at some level. And I think that that's part of it too. And I know this stuff sounds soapy, but it actually is the way I feel. And I'm so much happier this way. Envy is just one of the worst things, especially for a writer, because why is it bad, especially bad for a writer? Especially bad for a writer because sometimes you have to do things that are less successful in the moment to do things that are better and more successful over time. So I've been talking about Percy Shelley, who I've been reading. He never had an audience. One of the greatest poets in English literature, never had an audience. His stuff wasn't published. It got lost in the mail. Nobody read him. Nobody liked him. Nobody wanted to hear from him. But he was doing the stuff he had to do to make beautiful stuff. And so it's so hard for a writer because there's always this temptation to do the stuff that sells, that you get rewards for, that you get money for, when really what you should be doing is doing the best possible stuff you can do. So as far as advice, I know this is a little bit rambling, but it's just such a big topic. As far as advice, I just would say try as a practice. And if you can, go to God to help you with this practice, to just open your heart and let it go. Let go of the bitterness, let go of everything, and just try to be glad that there's more beauty in the world, more success, that your friends are happy, and all of that, because it will make your life so much better.